Hi, hello, namaste, hearty welcome to yet another interesting class. Yes, so today I thought, I'll talk a little about the dopamine levels. I'm seeing, a lot of youngsters, youngsters addicted to mobile. Okay. Now, if you are in a relationship and you are serious in that relationship, it's not some time pass or some pleasure seeking relationship. Yeah. Um Even then, you should control your screen time, on your mobile. Because at the end of the day, this is my personal opinion. If you're a boy, if you're a man, it's your responsibility, to give a wonderful life to that angel in your life, right? Who has accepted your proposal and you're planning a bright future with. It's your responsibility, that you're hale and healthy. Being too much on phone, getting some cervical pain, and then some mind disorder problem, and things like that because of stress, strain, and all. What this book, talks about, by Anna Lemke, dopamine nation, finding balance in the age of indulgence. We want to just get indulged. Uh, you know, the lust of eyes, the lust of flesh, the pride of life. Certain things, we love to watch, on mobile. Something that gratifies our five senses, right? We love to watch it. And there's no control at all. So, this author, has written something about dopamine because we get glued to our mobile and watch, different things are on mobile for stress relief, for happiness, for pleasure, for news, for updates, whatever. Okay. Now, I also have, smartphone, smartwatch, and things like that. I set alarms, I do so many things. I mean, anybody, will do that. But again, being glued to that is something, that's not right. So here, the author, as the word dopamine is there, author has come up with 8 steps to reduce your screen time. This will work a lot, with working professionals, wherein you have a lot of work, and for stress relief or things like that, you come to mobile, watch something and try to relax your stress. Okay. So here, the person has given, 8 steps: data, objective, problem, abstinence, mindfulness, insight, next step, experiment, and things like that. So let's see, what the author is trying to say here. I encourage you to, get this book summary on YouTube. Just type, Dopamine Nation book summary. Okay. So based on the amount of time that you are willing to invest, you can always watch that particular video. Okay. Or if you have some book apps also, Kuku FM is one, Blinkist, there are so many things. Okay. So if you have, any good book reading apps, you can also go to that also and get a complete dopamine nation book summary. Okay. Now here are the 8 things, that I have tried to classify. Now these are the things. Okay. DOPA. Okay. Then I'll come here MINE. Okay. Now quickly. Okay. First thing is data. How many hours are you spending on mobile? How frequently are you spending? What apps are you accessing? And check your screen time report in your mobile. This may appear very silly, but we don't see our screen time. Okay. So for some of you, if it's appearing, very silly, we really don't check, our screen time and all. But when you are planning certain things in a day and you feel that, certain things are not working out, then it's important, that you review your time. Each one of you must have a schedule, my friends. I tell you that very seriously. You must have a schedule. And one of my gurus, Robin Sharma, he says, only the things that get scheduled are the things that get done. Write it somewhere. Only the things that get scheduled are the things that get done. Now, I have kind of added something to that. I said, I wrote it to myself, miss the schedule, but don't miss what was scheduled in a day. Miss the schedule, but don't miss what was scheduled in a day. Now, because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a self-employed person, so I think I can manage my time. But if you are a working professional, probably you don't have that liberty. You have to go to office, only in that particular time frame only. But let's say you wanted to go to gym, every day morning. For some reason, someday you had some important meeting or something, or something else, you had to catch up. You can do that in the evening. You can do that in the evening. So we also discussed about the 4Ds and things like that, right? Do, defer, delegate, delete, right? So something like that, right? So you can miss the schedule. Instead of morning 8 to 10, evening 8 to 10, you can work out. You can listen to something, and then you can do your workout. Both things will happen parallelly, and then simultaneously, isn't it? So that's the first one, right? Data. Check your screen time. Next one, objective. Why you need to go to your mobile? Why you need to open iFly, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, WhatsApp, whatever? Why? Start with why, said Simon Sinek. Start with why. Why? Is it due to boredom? Is it due to stress relief? Is it due to current news, what's happening? Is it due to porn? Why are you going? I mean, you should have a clarity. You should have a clarity. My dear friends, speaking the word porn is not sin. Watching that is. Are you getting it? Speaking the word porn is not sin, according to our faiths, the different religions that are there. Doing that, watching that, is sin, okay, from a religious perspective. Now, I'm not here to talk about what is sin, what is not sin and things like that. Okay, that's between you and your God. Okay, your faith. If you don't believe in God, cool. Okay. Now, let's talk about your health issues, problems. What problems will you face with this addiction? Mental health issues. People say that if you are watching mobile for too long and then going to bed, you will have mental unrest. Whatever you are sleeping with, the thoughts that you are sleeping with, it seems those thoughts will have a very resounding effect on your mind for the whole night and for the next day also. That's why sometimes when we go to horror movie and all, in childhood, we used to get some detective serials, Omkesh Bakshi, Ahat. I don't know how many of you know, all that, but all we 80 bonds, we people know this. We used to watch that and then sleep, and some thoughts come, suddenly we used to get up. So, mental health issues, when there is lack of sleep, when there is too much of that blue light, on your eyes and all, that screen light on your eyes, it causes, some ill effects on your brain also. Relationship issues. I mean, rather than being with your spouse, having a good time with her or him, you're busy on your phone. The other partner, may feel that, you're not giving him or her, that much importance. Then insomnia, the sleeplessness also, brain fog, something, it's like, it's just fog, something is stuck in your mind. Some personal and professional development issues also. There might be, so many things, you're watching porn continuously, and you watch, your own relative, somebody, you may get some evil thoughts, and then, you say all this and all. Because you have what your eyes have seen, your hands want to do it. I mean, I don't feel ashamed to talk about these things. We are not taught these things. Parents will not talk about these things because they are parents. Teachers will not talk about these things because school will not permit, college will not permit. I have no barriers. I have no barriers. You don't like it, please skip this. I am talking to my students who are wonderful rock stars, but they have small problems. Small problems. They just need a mentor. They just need somebody to tell them, भाई ऐसे नहीं करना, ये करने से ये होता है. And I want to be that. You don't like this piece? Just fast forward. There are problems associated with it, right? Next, abstinence. Next, the author talks about abstinence. Have a particular time frame to check your mobile, your apps and things like that. Yeah, chalo, it's a girl thing, boy thing. I mean, you want to constantly keep checking, every 1 hour, half an hour. That also, I just leave that to you. Sir, what you know about love and all? Okay, I also know a little. But I think, you should give your partner also the freedom to achieve. I think you have to respect. When you're too much available also, maybe, the intensity of love is not that great. Probably, morning you spoke to her, him, you exchange chats, you saw each other. Again, in the afternoon, you're doing the same thing, I think it makes some sense, I mean, continuously it's like happening. She's not able to focus, you're not able to focus, chori chupa, not focusing on your work, your study and all. I mean, personally, though, I don't feel, that's good for a long time. Initially, until the relationship becomes strong, I understand. Okay, I understand. Jab tak okay, but long term, not okay, right? So, what the author here is, I'm also mixing my personal opinions also here. Okay, whatever the book is saying, I'm presenting that. To that, I am adding, my experience, my observations too. That's why I said, read the book summary, from YouTube or in your vernacular local language, and try to get your own insights. Okay, fine. Have a particular time frame to check your mobile, your apps, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. I call it as iFly. Overcome that resistance to get addicted. Initially, it will be tough, but you remember, the 66-day habit installation protocol, what we learnt in 5 a.m. club, right? I told you 22 days it takes, to destroy an old habit, destruction. Then another 22 days for installation, and then another 22 days for habitation. You remember that? Maybe you must have written or taken some screenshot here and there. So keep that. Keep that in your mind. Next. So here it is data. How much time you are spending? Objective. Why are you on the mobile phone? Problem. Are there any problems with this when I'm spending? Next day office I have to go at, leave home at 9 so that I can be in the office at 10, and I'm going to bed at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Your face will be very dull. You cannot be creative. What are the problems? Abstinence. Can I abstain? Can I put a particular time frame? Next one, mindful. Be mindful and observe the pain your body suffers because of this addiction. Have that consciousness, mindfulness. It's kind of craving, and you have to overcome it by having that awareness. Okay, I'm having 2-3 cups of coffee today. Why? Because you didn't sleep yesterday. Why you didn't sleep yesterday? Because you were watching something on your mobile. It's important, fine, okay. But if that's becoming a routine, if that's becoming your habit, then that's not right. Next, insight. By being away from mobile addiction, is there any change in your lifestyle, thinking pattern, etc.? कुछ अच्छा हो रहा है क्या? I'm not saying that, by doing all this, you will become a Superman, Shaktiman, He Man. No. You will be a normal man only. But you will achieve these three C's: clarity, calmness, and contentment. If you have a family, talk to them. How many of us, tell good things to our kids? I mean, good old days, my mom, when she used to feed me, power used to go off, she used to feed me, and I would ask her, tell story. Some story she would tell, and I would listen that. Kotu, she used to say. I mean, say reciprocate. Ama. So we used to listen, when the power cut used to happen, we used to listen to stories and all. Now we may buy, storybooks, bedtime storybooks and all, but do we really teach that to our kids? At least are we having any conversation with our kids? I mean, you watch a movie, are you speaking anything moral value, from that movie to your kids, rather than, complaining, pointing them out, making them feel inferior? Are you having any productive conversation with your spouse, with your parents? You watch something. Are you thanking them, that you have a good life, because of your parents, because of your spouse? Kids, you must give thanks to your parents, your teachers. You watch something. Yesterday I was watching this movie, sir. It was a very pathetic thing, but you're not that kind of a person. Daddy, you're not like that. Mommy, you're not like that. I mean, that time could be involved, in doing something better, organizing your wardrobe. Something, is not right at home, fixing that, working on that repair guy, finding that repair guy from Urban Clap or something, and fixing that at home. Oh, mummy to will be all khush. She'll make you some pakodi and all. Good mummies I'm talking about. A wife to she'll do much more. Use that time properly. Next step. Once your dopamine levels, are in control, check what is your purpose in your life. Now you are clear that, okay, I must not spend, too much time on mobile and things like that. Check what's your purpose in life. How effectively are you investing the saved screen time to achieve big in your life? I mean, money must not be saved. Money must be invested. Same is with the time. Time must not be saved. Time must be invested. Only then you will have returns. So identify that. And then last one, if after doing all these 7 things also you failed, God forbid, try again. Though not instantly, but slowly and steadily, you will reduce your screen time, and you will also have happy dopamine levels. In another class somewhere, in business taxes, I have spoken about dose, different types of hormones, D dopamine is one of them. When these hormones come, things like that, I have spoken. It's important, that we understand our body. Don't we know that, sometimes in childhood, when power used to go off, now I think, every good decently earning professional has a inverter at least, at home. But in our childhood, when the power used to go off, we used to, rub the walls and then go, to washroom or kitchen to get the water, or to, put our water out. Right? I mean, the mind was tuned. Okay, fine. The palang hai, okay, यहाँ पे sofa है, stool है. Oh, okay, fine, TV है. Right? We know that. So because it becomes a habit. Work towards it, my dear friends. I tell you all these things, so that you don't get lost in that. Porn, no. No. Prem is good. Love is good, not porn. Love is good. Yeah. Get in love, but not in porn. I mean, don't waste your time, on unnecessary things, watching the feeds and things like that. I mean, even when I ask you to, watch some motivational things or your book summaries and all, I mean, like a mad fellow, don't read 10 books and all. Just read one book summary. Make some good notes. Meditate on that. Share it with somebody. Because when you are deviating, that book will come to your mind. It will remind your conscious, hey, you spoke about this, to your friend, to your relative and all. Why are you doing this? Limit. Limit that. Okay, I felt, it's a very important topic, which you all must work on. It's a very good book, Dopamine Nation, by Anna Lemke. People don't write, all these books, just like that. It's one of the New York Times bestseller. Give it a read. I'm sure, it will help you. Don't waste the health that God has given in watching porn or watching uh, monkey dancing, right? Do something productive with your life, something purposeful, have good work life balance, spend time with your family. When you're with your family, don't be too much on mobile, unless it is like very important and that is getting you some money and things like that, and they are also okay with that. Or else, we remember of that story, daddy, how much you make every month, every day, every month, how much you make? I make 3 lakh rupees, beta. So how much is your per day salary, daddy? 10,000 rupees. Okay, so how many hours you work, daddy? 10 hours. So how much is 1 hour, daddy? 1,000 rupees. Sir, daddy, here is 1,000 rupees. Can you spend 1 hour with me today? It's a slap on the face of the father. Let's not, get that busy on the mobile phones, not giving time to our spouse. When you were in relationship, you were behind her, but देखे तो खुश हो जाते थे तुम. आज वो इतना मेहनत करती है, हाँ? She is doing her work, she is taking care of kids, your family members, you, everything, and you're not paying attention to her. Yeah, not good. Not my student. Yeah. दिल दिमाग दुआ सब सब काम करना चाहिए, right? 7 spheres of life we must rock. Yeah, चलो, let's get into the class.